What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be going out to the lake, catch some fall time bass, some fall time crappie. I'm going to show you how I'm going to be doing this. I use ultralight tackle. I use small jigs, 16th ounce with small minnow style lures, baits. I really like the crappie magnets. Those work great for me. I use beetle spins too. You know, those are good in various situations. So right here, I trolled across the lake, and I got to a point where I couldn't troll anymore, but I saw a bunch of fish on my fish finder, so I stopped trolling, and I'm reeling back really, really slow. Just a very slow retrieve. I pause it, just to make sure I maintain that depth, because I had seen a bunch of fish at about 10 feet. It was about 20 feet of water, so I wanted to keep it in the middle of that water column. So I'm reeling real slow, bringing it on in, and there we go. See, I got hooked up. You seen that line jump? Just smashed. So I got the fish on. I'm bringing them in real slow, on that ultralight, which is pretty fun, even for little bluegill. But yeah, as you can see, I got the beetle spin on. I mean, this bluegill I actually just choked it down. And this isn't your normal bluegill. I'm in Michigan. The bluegill don't get that big. A 10-inch bluegill is actually a trophy bluegill. And if you look at this guy, I mean, it's as big as my hand. He's like a little over 9 inches. He's massive, so he's gonna fry up real nicely. He's gonna be a good, lunchtime snack. You really can't beat it, but it's like 30 something degrees out. It is cold. These fish are slowing down. You got to be really slow with your presentations to get them. So that's what I'm doing. But as you can see, I cast out. I let the line slack hit the water, and I just let it fall. And then I bring the slack in. I just reel it real slow, slow. And then I kind of stop for a second, just so it sinks a little bit. So I'm reeling it slow, just bring it on in. I'm pretty sure I got the beetle spin on still, and that's the key is, you want to keep it slow. But as you can see, I felt the thump. I was hooked up, got him. I'm bringing it in, and it was actually a little tiny bass, but it's still funny because a lot of people say, "Oh, when it gets super cold, the bass don't bite," and stuff. But they're out there. You just gotta downsize. You can still get those bass. But I mean, look at that guy. That guy's lively. He's wiggling. It's like, thank you for your time, sir. Appreciate it. So right here, I'm just using a jig with the minnow style bait. Just throw it on out there. Let it sink. Letting it sink on down. I'm in, like I said, about 20 foot of water. Let it sink down. Let it get down there to that depth, because if they're not chasing bait in the middle of the water column, they're going to be towards the bottom. So I felt a little bite. Wasn't sure. But then, it came back, and it came for seconds, since he missed him the first time. So I hooked him up, and I bring him in, and it's another little bass. On that beetle spin there, so right in the top of the mouth. It's a nice little bass. I mean, these bass are lively. And like I said, man, this is 35 degrees weather. The water temperature was about 45. So, I mean, these are cold temperatures here in Michigan. So here, this one's a jig. I got my high vis braid on, so I can see if anything were to bite it on the fall. So I'm letting it fall. I'm at about 15 foot of water where I'm casting here. And then I start bringing it in real slow. Bringing it on in nice and slow. That's the key. You want it to go across their face slow. They're not out there trying to, feed up and just devour anything zipping on by. They want their food slow. They're eating more scarcely because they're not metabolizing stuff. So, but yeah, as you can see here, I got another bass. right in the top of the mouth, right where you want it, So, and this bass is a little bit nicer, he's a nice thick bass. He's got his winter feeding on. He's healthy. He's not super big, but he's thick. He's gonna be ready for the winter soon. So I always like to, I throw it out and I let it fall. That is so key. Just let that bait fall down on a slack line. You don't want your line tight. You want it to fall on a slack line. It falls a little bit faster. That is the key. So you want to fall and then just reel it back slow. Like reel as slow as you can and then reel even slower. So yeah, as you can see, I'm hooked up again. Bringing it on in, getting that nice little fight on with my ultralight. And man, this guy was a complete and absolute unit. I mean, this guy was 10.5 inches big, this bluegill. So this was definitely a trophy size bluegill. Got him right in the top of the mouth with that crappie magnet using the orange and chartreuse. But yeah, look at that guy. Man, oh man, that is one huge bluegill. Cannot beat it. So, and he's full. He's thick too, he's got some good meat on him. He's gonna taste good. So I was measuring him here and, confirmed like, oh yeah, this is a big boy. 10.5 inches. Right there. Nice and slow retrieve. Open water, some vegetation on the bottom. A lot of it's died off because it is getting very cold at night. And, I'm still catching fish, still finding ways to find them. I think that's the goal in the fall is to catch fish. You have to use very light tackle. You cannot use your bait casters. I mean, you can, but you're not going to get bit, So my hands were starting to get a little cold in the shade here, so I put some gloves on, just tossed it out there. And, I let it fall. Just letting it fall here. I think I'm in about 17 foot of water. Start bringing it up slow. I had to catch my slack up. So I caught my slack up, let it fall again, and I'm just bringing it slow. Just kind of pausing it, I think the wind was pushing it to the side a little bit, so I had to make sure my slack was good. And I got hooked up, man. I got one. And I'm bringing it in, and he gets up there, and, I mean, just look at this guy. Nice little crappie. Nothing huge, but right in the top of the mouth, right where you want it. You can't beat it. That orange and chartreuse color here in the fall. My ultralight 1,000 size spinning reel. But yeah, great colors on that guy. Black crappie. And he was nice and thick too. He'd been eating. He's gonna be a good eater size. So he's going in the bag too. Just like that. There we go. But yeah, like I was saying, the key is you have to downsize. So I had a few here. I'm just got them on the little thump net. I'm just gonna keep them out here while I put my stuff away. It's the I had to cart my kayak down to this lake. Just wasn't where I could launch from the side where I parked. So I had to get that there. Leave them there while I loaded everything up. Let them stay in their fresh little water. Get my cooler, because I like to bleed the fish out. I'll bleed them out before I fillet them. It just seems like they taste better when you get the blood out. I don't know. I've started doing that, and I've always liked that now. But to get loaded up on the kayak cart, take it back to my car. But yeah, the goal, the trick, the tip. Use light tackle. You're going to catch fish. It doesn't matter how cold it is. Use it. Go slow. I use 10-pound braid to a 4-pound monofilament leader on my ultralight with 1,000 size spinning reels. I use the Shimano Static. I'm going to have that all linked in the description, by the way. You can look in the description, see what kind of gear. But thank y'all for watching. Keep coming back if you like this kind of content. Have a great day. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.